boys, momentum is key, right? What do I mean by that, right? So essentially, so many people hear about momentum in business, right? So many people know about the concept of momentum, and I think it goes over so many people's heads unless you actually experience it sort of firsthand and you sort of feel the repercussions of it, right? Like everything I talk about, every concept I talk about is actually things which I've experienced, right? I don't just talk about random shit, and sort of momentum's a big thing which has been quite prominent in business, in my sort of business life, and I guess in life in general you see momentum happening, right? Yeah, I guess in business specifically, you're watching the video is probably in congruence to your business. And essentially like what you should do when you get momentum and what you shouldn't do, right? And the mistakes I made and how like just literally one wave of momentum is enough to fucking change your life, okay? Now, I guess we should start off by talking about what momentum is and essentially defining it. I haven't really got a definition per se of what momentum is. What the fuck? Okay, never mind. Sorry, I just got sidetracked. So I haven't got a definition of what momentum is per se, like word like on me right now. But off the top of my head, I'd say momentum is just being in a state where you're just getting back-to-back wins, right? You're in a state where you're getting back-to-back wins effortlessly. So let me give you an example, bro. So in SMMA, for example, you can have momentum and you're literally closing every single sales call, bro. Sales call after sales call after sales call after sales call. You're literally just closing. Bro, your fucking close rate could be like 100%, right? And you're in that sort of momentum and you don't know what it is. It's not like you changed anything that crazy. It's not like it just feels like something clicked, bro. But it's not like clicked in the sense that you made a change in your business. Like something just clicked within you, and you're just going crazy, bro. Right? And you can apply that to anything. I mean, even in real life, you see people just getting win after win after win after win, and they just keep fucking winning. You're like, bro, these guys are lucky. That's not the truth. They're just utilizing momentum properly. And once you sort of understand the concept of momentum and you know how to actually utilize it properly, like you're gonna be unstoppable. Because I said in the beginning of the video, bro, one like episode of momentum is all you need for your life to change. Now, I'm gonna tell you guys a story, right? So when I started SMMA, it was January, February time, right? And I was a noob in a sense. I didn't know what to do anything. March, I made like $6,000. So I started like February and March, I made like 6-7K, which is quite good. So I mean, like in respect to like if you compare it to other people's SMMA performance, I'd be like, okay, scaling 7K in your first month is pretty good, right? And I made all my money within like a span of 2 weeks, because like the first half of March, first half of March where I made all my money, right? So it was just fucking momentum. Like I was closing every sales call, I was setting, my guys were showing up. It was just, everything was going so well, right? So I had this such good streak, and I was thinking everything, like everything was going well, and I could have kept carrying it on and probably would have made a shit ton of money going into next month and just keep that momentum going, right? I made a big mistake. I signed quite a few clients, and in my mind I was like, okay, let me just take my foot off the gas, let me stop signing clients, let me just focus on service delivery. So I stopped doing outreach and I stopped booking meetings, I stopped doing service delivery, right? And that was one of the biggest mistakes I ever made in the beginning of my SMMA journey, because me doing that, I completely cut out the momentum I had, okay? So, okay, cool. I cut out all the momentum, and now I'm not making money, but I told myself I don't want to make money, I want to focus on service delivery and setting up systems and some dumb shit like that, right? Never fucking do that, by the way. Never take your foot off the fucking bloodline of your business, which is making money. If it's making money, never ever stop it, okay? You might need to dial it back for whatever reason, but trust me, do not stop it. And that goes for any business, okay? But that's besides the point. So cool, I stopped service delivery, and now I lost my momentum. Now going into April time, I start doing SMS again, and shit just isn't clicking, bro. Like, I didn't change anything at all. I didn't do anything like crazy. I didn't change anything. I didn't do anything in particular. Like, everything stayed the same from when I made like 5K, I didn't make 5K in a week. I made like 6K within 3 weeks, right? In March. So in April, I done the exact same shit, and it just wasn't working. And it was crazy, because like, I'm not trying, bro, I already fucking said this, like I'm not trying to over exaggerate, it was genuinely the same thing and it wasn't working. And the biggest thing which didn't allow, the biggest thing which held me back from making the money, right, was I had no momentum. I felt stagnant, and I sort of felt myself being in a rut for like 2-3 months, right? And that's how detrimental it is. If you're at a peak of your momentum and you just cut that fucking shit, you sort of get complacent, like you're gonna end up in a rut. You're gonna end up in a place where you're just stagnant, and stagnancy is the worst fucking state to be in business, especially, right? Because in business you've got to move with speed. So once you're stagnant and shit just isn't clicking, it was hard time, bro. Because from coming off a high like that, I literally went right back to rock bottom in like 2 months, 3 months. I'm literally making no money, bro. And once you're, a lot of people, like, that was so stupid for me when I look back, right? So I guess the biggest piece of advice, if you're gonna take anything away from this video, is if you're in a state of momentum, do not fucking fall off, okay? Genuinely, just keep fucking going, because just keep going until you exhaust that momentum, because momentum isn't gonna last forever, okay? If you have momentum, it's not gonna last forever. It's gonna wear off eventually, right? So if you have literally one episode of momentum, genuinely, when I had that momentum back in March, bro, I could have ridden that to 20-25k in a month. I'm genuinely not chatting shit, and that shit would have changed my life. I was making 20-25k a month back then, because I mean, it was only a couple months ago, right? If I was making 20-25k back then, who knows where I'd be at this position now, right? That's besides the point. I don't really give a fuck. Like, it's not like I'm good thinking. Like, I'm not the type of guy to think back and feel sorry and be like, oh, what if I could do this, do that? Because that's fucking shit mindset, right? I'm not thinking that way. But what I'm saying is, a little episode of momentum, like when you get momentum, that's all you need. And if you just keep fucking riding that until you're exhausted, bro, trust me, you're gonna be in a crazy fucking position. And it all happens so quickly with momentum. It genuinely happens like that, right after that, like back to back to back. I mean, a little story with my agency, right? Recently, like 3 weeks ago. So I mean, bro, not even 3, it was like a week and a half ago, right? So in the agency, we had like a 12k day. So 12k day in the sense we didn't cash collect 12k. We signed 12k worth of deals, okay? So we signed 12k worth of deals, we didn't cash collect 12k. The day right after that, it was a 6k day cash collected, right? So it wasn't deals, like I'm talking cash collected, we cash collected 6k there. And bro, I was on crazy fucking momentum. Within those 2 days, my closing rate was 100%. If I got on the call, I was fucking taking your money, right? It was crazy. 12k day, 6k day. And then what happened, right, after we had that 6k day, the next day I had to go to some sort of like summer program, right? So it was some fucking like, I had to go to some sort of summer program, and it was only 2-3 days. But as I was getting into that momentum, pow, it got cut, right? And yeah, that's what I mean. Shit like that, when you just go do shit that cuts your momentum. And now when I came back, that was literally a week and a half ago. Now I'm in this position like a week after. I don't have that momentum. If I had that momentum, I carried that momentum, like shit, by now I could have made like 20k this month. But I mean, that's just how the cookie crumbles, right? There's shit that just comes up and you got to do it. There's no point, like, you shouldn't feel sad or anything about it. But the point, like, because I know I'm catching off wave of momentum really soon. I'm like catching a wave of momentum right now. Shit's sort of clicking right now, and it's sort of going well. And me, like, I know, like, whenever I get this next wave, bro, it's literally just riding that shit to the moon. Because now I've got the knowledge, I've got the experience, man. It's sort of like, I'm trying to sound like fucking like gay, but I've got the fucking wisdom, right? I've got the wisdom about momentum to know when I hit that next wave, bro, I can just ride it to the moon. Like, genuinely just ride that shit and just hit 50k within a week, bro. Within 2 weeks, hit 50k a month. Like, I'm not even chatting shit. Like, I know that's possible once I get on a, like, the wave of momentum. Once I get on another episode of momentum. But yeah, that's the point, man. Like, don't do no dumb shit where if you're making money, don't do no dumb shit like you just go to fucking, like, I don't know, you start balling, you take your foot off the gas. I mean, that goes without saying, but even doing shit which seems like you're moving in, like, needle forward, I guess, like, if you make money, don't fucking, like, move in with your boys straight away and stuff. That's a bad example, but I don't know, don't go on fucking holiday or some shit, right? Like, just once you have this momentum, just keep everything the same, keep your setting the same, and just do exactly what you're doing every single day, and just exhaust that momentum. And then you just find the other one, because business is just episodes of momentum and drought, right? And by drought, like, that's pretty sinister. I don't have droughts because I'm just the fucking best, right? But you get the point. It's just periods of momentum and not momentum. And once you know how you can truly utilize it, bro, once a wave of momentum comes, you can ride that shit to the moon, as I said. I guess you might be like, guys might be asking how you get on like a thing of momentum, but it's really just, it just comes, bro. Like it just clicks, things just start going well. I mean, I might make a video talking about it like in more depth, have some notes. I don't really know like how you find momentum. I guess it's just doing the right inputs. I guess that's pretty common sense, right? But just doing the right inputs properly in whatever business model you're doing. But yeah, man, just fucking use momentum to get rich. That's the point of the video. What I want to say at the end. So I made a Discord server. If you guys want to join, because I want to talk to some people, I guess, because the comments are fucking shit to talk to people, and I don't want to give my Instagram out now. So just I made a Discord, so it'll be linked in the description, right? So click that, you can join. Most of the people in there, I'm guessing, will have some sort of agency, SMMA, or whatever the fuck you do, right? I don't really give a fuck what business model we do. If you're just interested in SMA, you might as well join. You can ask questions to me on that group chat, not group chat, I mean Discord. I'll answer any questions about SMMA, my personal journey, where I'm at with my journey with SMMA, where I'm going to take it. And yeah, it's just a place to sort of talk with people who, I don't know, fucking like-minded. I don't fucking know, just people who are sort of in the same wavelength as you, right? So yeah, I'll put that link in the description, join that up, and yeah, see you guys in the next video.